All right, welcome to What's Cooking with Rochelle. Today we are going to make scalloped potatoes. And it's pretty basic, really. It just takes a little bit of time. It's going to take about an hour in the oven. We're going to get started by slicing our potatoes. Now you can absolutely slice them by hand or on a mandolin. I am actually going to slice them in the food processor here. And so I'm going to grab a couple and put them in here. And then slice away. Now, I have my slicer set on number 2, just so you know. So if you do have a Breville slicer, that's what I'm on. And last but not least, so I had about 9 smaller potatoes, I think it was. If you had the giant ones, it would be about 2. Regular size ones, probably about 5 or 6 for what we're doing here portion wise, just so you know how much to add. Okay. I used Yukon Gold potatoes, and just so you can get an idea of how thick I sliced them, they're about like this. So that's about 1/4 of an inch. You don't want them super uber thin because then they fall apart. And you don't want them much thicker than that because then they take a while to cook. Okay, so we are not rinsing the potatoes. That starch is actually going to help it all bind together and make it ooey gooey creamy. So this is a super easy dish to get together. Let's move this stuff aside for now. Okay, I am literally just going to put the potatoes from the slicer into the bowl. And this is probably, what, about a 5.5 quart container here that I'm cooking them in. You want a little bit of room because they are going to bubble as they cook. And you don't want it to bubble over in your oven. Okay, now that we got that done, what we're going to do is add the rest of our ingredients. So I'm going to sprinkle some pepper. That's a teaspoon of pepper and 1/2 teaspoon to a teaspoon of salt, depending on your taste. And we are going to give this a quick toss to get that kind of incorporated. We're going to be stirring this in the oven a couple of times, so it's not super important right now, but just to get it spread around a little. Okay. We are adding to this 1.5 cups of milk. If you wanted to make it extra decadent, you could add heavy cream as well. I have 4 tablespoons of butter, and my butter is softened, so I'm just going to spread it around a little bit. And it doesn't matter, like I said, because it's all going in the oven to cook. Okay. And then we have 12 ounces of cheddar cheese. Let's spread that around. And add the rest. If you wanted to mix it in a bowl so you weren't making a mess like I am right now, you totally could. All right, and then last but not least, I have some Monterrey cheese. And I'm gonna leave a little bit of that at the very end. We'll add that in, and we are going to toast that on the top. Okay, we are good. So this is gonna go in the oven. Now, you never know exactly how much you're gonna get when you're doing this. If we see this is getting dry, which it might, because it looks to me like it might need a little more liquid, I'm gonna add more milk. But for right now, we're gonna let it go. You are gonna want this to be covered, and we are going to bake this in the oven at 350 degrees for at least an hour. Okay, our potatoes are nice and soft and cooked. You saw I've rotated it. We're gonna sprinkle the cheese on top. This is the remainder 2 ounces of the Monterrey. And then we are going to leave it uncovered. That will melt and broil on the top. So the scalloped potatoes are ready. We broiled the cheese and it is golden and beautiful. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Potatoes and cheese, yummy, yummy. I am gonna go ahead and let this cool so I don't get third-degree burns on my tongue. But I am definitely digging in this. So I will see you back here in just a couple minutes. Now for the best part, the eating part. Absolutely delicious. If you like potatoes, check out another one of my potato videos in my channel. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Thanks for watching What's Cooking with Rochelle. Bye for now.